Hello, everybody. Welcome. We are here for the matchup between the New Heights Christian Academy Cougars and the New Covenant Academy Warriors. 40 minutes on the clock for the varsity match. We'll play the varsity game first and then followed with a half of JV. Cougars coming off a 2-1 victory in the Willard Invitational over Lebanon. Brandon Schumacher had that goal with 2:30 left to take the lead off the assist from Titus Clevenger. Ben Schumacher back in the starting lineup tonight. Still dealing with a little bit of ankle stiffness. We'll see if he plays up top as striker for the Cougars again tonight. New Covenant comes in with a 2 wins, 5 loss, 1 tie record. New Heights currently with 2 wins and 9 losses. New Covenant's most recent game was against Barstow on Friday. They lost 1-0 in that matchup. Number 13, Sam Carmack, the sophomore forward, taking the kick off the Warriors. And that's the opening whistle. We're underway. Pass to Jet Belk and played all the way back. Stolen by Lucas Nangle. Played up to Ben Schumacher. Schumacher looking wide for Meningus. Meningus lets it roll. Schumacher comes on the overlap as they pass it back to Hamlin. Ball deflected to Nangle. Fight for possession as the Warriors are able to sweep it away. Ball to number 5, that's Tucker Casey, the senior. Up the line for Carmack. Trying to connect to number 9, that's Austin Berry. Played back in the middle of the field by the Cougars. Dunaway wide for Clevenger. Casey steps in and plays it forward. Boney dropping to the keeper, Stewart. Stewart switching the field. Meningus comes back to check. Ball goes through as Seeberger defends. Meningus gets tripped up and first foul of the game called. Waiting to see if they're going to bring a flag over or a card over on that one. Looks like it's just going to be a common foul. Free kick for the Cougars from 45 yards out. Let's take a look at that on replay. I think it's being helped off. All right, restart of play. Anredder plays it wide for Hamlin. Hamlin plays it into the box, headed away by number 10, Ward. Jackson gets a touch, plays it into an angle to Schumacher. Schumacher in the box, trying to get through, still on the ball. Pokes it back to Jackson, ball deflected, Schumacher back to it. Nangle comes in and plays it to the end line. It's a goal kick for the Warriors. Number 10, Oliver Ward, the junior, taking the goal kick. Up to midfield, Anredder off his shoulder. Ball loose, Boney wins it. Into the middle for Dunaway. Brandon Schumacher there to receive, plays it to the near side for Clevenger. Clevenger carrying down the line. Looks to connect to Dunaway on the diagonal. Number 26 defending, that's Budo. Dunaway tries to get to the end line and swept out of play. That will be a corner kick for the Cougars. That is Clevenger over to take the corner. Cougars all outside the box. Dunaway, Schumacher, Hamlin coming in. Ball to the top. Nangle heads it down and wide of the frame. Goal kick for the Warriors. Nice job by Nangle putting that towards the goal. Ball played short this time. The keeper is senior Max Rhodes. Oliver Ward plays it down the line and out of play. It'll be a throw in right here in front of the camera for the Cougars. Justin Boney there to take the throw. Big throw up ahead to Schumacher. Then Schumacher fights for possession as it's stolen away by the Warriors. That's number 11, Belk. Stolen back by the Cougars. Brandon Schumacher to the near side for Clevenger. Clevenger carries back to the middle. Plays it across for Jackson. Spencer Jackson with the drop to Nangle. Nangle has time, plays it across to Clevenger. Belk comes in, tries to steal. Clevenger stays on it, gets it over to Dunaway. Dunaway looks to play it through. Tucker Casey is able to block. Ball played down the line by Barry. Boney plays it back into Schumacher. Schumacher, good feet to play it wide to Dunaway, but off the mark on the pass. And out of play for a throw-in for the Warriors. Casey takes the throw into number 26, Jacob Bateau. Nangle steals, plays it up to Schumacher. Ben Schumacher there, looking to attack. Plays it to the near side for Clevenger, into the box. Clevenger with patient gets around Casey. Still on the ball, sets up the shot, deflected by number 10, Ward. Still in trouble. Schumacher fights for it, falls to Clevenger, cleared away to Nangle. Nangle settles it down. Nangle tries to kick it in as it's deflected by the Warriors. Loose ball, Clevenger steps in. Ball across to Belk for the Warriors into the counterattack. Belk pushing through the middle. Gets to the first challenge on Horton. Anrunner goes to the ground. Belk stays on it and takes the shot. And way over the goal. It will be a goal kick for the Cougars. Good counterattack by the Warriors. Rush Stewart there to take the goal kick. Driving ball to the far side. Casey Hamlin there to receive it down. Hamlin looking for an option, plays it over the top to Schumacher on the run. Being defended by Ward. Schumacher gets through the challenge. Schumacher in front, into the box. Plays it across to Clevenger. Number 18, Bennett's able to come in and dislodge the ball. Ball falls to Brandon Schumacher. Plays it through to Dunaway. Dunaway in, defended by the Warriors. Number 12, Kerrigan. Plays it up to Belk into a transition opportunity again for the Warriors. Nice step by Horton to steal. Horton tries to play it through as it's deflected by the Warriors' number 19, Seaberger. Back to Horton as he lets it run for Hamlin. Hamlin into the middle, Nangle one touch wide to Jackson. Jackson up ahead to Schumacher, off the mark to Ward. Schumacher back to the ball as Ward comes in on the foul, and it's a free kick for the Cougars. Casey Hamlin there over the ball, looking to take it quickly. Plays it through. Tucker Casey there to clear with his left. Hamlin traps it. Hamlin into the attack. Makes a dribble across with his left. Ball deflected. Clevenger's able to get to it. Clevenger tracking back. Plays it all the way back to Stewart. As Anrunner comes back to receive it. Anrunner wide to Horton. Horton down the line. Cuts it back. Nice feet by Horton to play it on the ground to Nangle. Nangle into the attack. Plays it through for Dunaway. Ball deflected by Dunaway as it's tried to be cleared by Casey. That's number 6, Sam Dauber. Ball falls to Schumacher as he tries to play it over the top. Back to Schumacher. Drop to Nangle. Nangle settles from the top of the box, takes the shot, deflected away. Nangle there again. Tries to play it down the line. Spencer Jackson tracks back for it and deflected off the Warriors. Another throw in for the Cougars. Drop to Hamlin at the right fullback. Hamlin cut into the corner, cuts it back in as it's deflected by the Warriors. Hamlin fights back for the ball, all the way back to Anredder, actually to Horton, one touch to Anredder. Anredder with time, plays it to the near side for Boney. Boney makes the touch and plays it into Schumacher. Brandon Schumacher cutting across the middle, back to Horton. Horton to Hamlin. Hamlin opens up. Chip back into Nangle as pressure from behind. Nangle's able to turn across to Brandon Schumacher. Schumacher chases, plays it to Clevenger. Clevenger looking to attack the line. Being defended by Casey. Clevenger cuts it back all the way across into the box. Ball deflected as Dunaway steps in and cleared away by the Warriors. Up to Belk. Cougars are caught up. Belk on the attack. Cougars able to get back as Hamlin's there to defend. Belk gets a touch into the box. Hamlin stays on him. Belk looking to get through as he carries back. Back to Belk, played in the middle. Boney with his shoulder. That's number 9, Barry. Barry drops to number 26, Bateau, and he plays it in softly as Stewart's able to pick up the rolling ball. 10 minutes into the first half, no score. Ball over the top. Casey heads it into the air. Dunaway is there to head it. Falls to Ben Schumacher. Schumacher carrying, plays it to Clevenger. Clevenger connects to Schumacher down the line. He's able to keep it in. Back to Titus Clevenger. Looking to connect back to Schumacher. Ben Schumacher on the corner. Plays it across the box. Cleared away by number 10, Ward. Ball lost in the middle. Nangle gets a touch on it. Free kick for the Warriors. Ball played in. Anredder heads it down. All the way up to Dunaway. Dunaway, nice touch to give it to Schumacher. Brandon Schumacher in the middle of the field. Plays it with his left ahead to Clevenger. Number 6, Dauber is able to play it down. Brandon Schumacher on the chase. Wins it back. Schumacher into the attack. Looks for his brother Ben over the top. Headed away by Ward. Number 12, Kerrigan. Kerrigan back to the middle. Plays it on the ground. Nangle goes for it as Belk wins. Boney's there to clear off of Nangle. And Horton clears it to the sideline. Make sure Nangle's okay as he took that right off the head. And 4 subs coming in for the Warriors. Number 20 is Reese Smith, the freshman defender in the game for the Warriors. Number 7 is Josiah Garcia, senior forward. Ball into play. Anredder heads it down. Fight for the ball with Garcia. Number 26 is Bateau. Ball played across. Spencer Jackson there. Makes the touch wide. Garcia challenging from behind. Number 12 is Kerrigan. Number 14 for the Warriors, Messner, steps in and clears it out of play. It's a throw for the Cougars on the far side. Ball in. Nangle heads it down the line, headed back by, or I should say plays it down the line, headed back by the Warriors. And another throw for the Cougars. Hamlin takes the throw up to Jackson. Back to Garcia. Up to Belk with some space. Garcia gets a touch through Horton. Anredder tries to clear, but deflected off of Horton. Boney's there to clear it away. Dunaway in the middle of the field, able to settle. Number 12, Kerrigan comes in to challenge, and foul called on Dunaway. Free kick for the Warriors. Nixon Meningus got taken out on that early challenge on the bench, has not returned. Ball on the ground. Nangle and number 4, Rice challenge for it. Nangle's able to clear. All the way back to Dauber. To the near side for number 20. That's Smith as Clevenger challenges. Up to 18, Bennett. Bennett across the middle for 26, Bateau. Back to Ward. Ward challenged by Jackson. Able to get it over to 14, that's Messner. Messner down the line as Jackson challenges. Ball to Kerrigan, drop back to Bateau. Jackson steals and plays it over the top for Schumacher. Ben Schumacher and Oliver Ward chase for the ball. Oliver Ward's able to win it, play it back into the middle of the field to Belk. Number 11, Jet Belk, the junior midfielder. Back to 12, Kerrigan. Up to Garcia, the senior. Up to into the middle for Belk. Ball's loose. Horton tries to clear, deflected off the Warriors, and the Warriors put in the goal. The Cougars have had an alarming amount of clears going into their teammates, and the Warriors take the 1-0 lead.
Unlucky, Green. Hey, don't worry about that. Shake it off. Let's go.
Clock. Restart of play. Warriors leading 1-0. Ball played back to Anredder to the near side for Boney. Boney to Brandon Schumacher. Finds it to Nangle, stolen back by Kerrigan. Kerrigan to Belk, ball into the box. Stewart steps and is able to grab it with his right hand. Side spinning ball over to the far side for Jackson. Jackson, nice header up ahead to Schumacher, but Dauber, the senior, is there to clear it. Clevenger steps in on the near side, plays it back to Boney. Boney on the ground to Clevenger. Stolen by number 20, Smith. Played to the near side for number 18, Bennett. Brandon Schumacher there to steal. Drops it back to Stewart. Stewart switching the field to Hamlin. Hamlin's able to turn, keep it in down the line. Hamlin looking for the runner. Plays it over the top to Schumacher. Just a little too heavy to the top of the box. And the senior Max Rhodes is there to receive it. Punting to Belk. Belk who chips it over the top as Garcia runs. And Stewart at the top of the box able to pick it up for the Cougars. Ball to the near side for Boney. Boney back to Anredder, to Clevenger on the near side. Clevenger looking to connect, finds Schumacher split. Schumacher turns and plays. Looking for an option on the ground. Ball cleared away by number 20, Smith. All the way to the far side as Nangle's there first. Nangle being challenged by number 4, Rice. Nangle back to the middle. Jacob Bateau, the freshman midfielder, steals it, but Nangle steals it right back. Belk's there in the middle. Steals and gets it to number 12, Kerrigan. Brandon Schumacher challenged with the ball, able to turn, but gets it stolen. Belk plays it through to Garcia. Anredder's there to deflect. Again to Garcia. Anredder defending. Garcia to the top of the box, takes the shot, and Stewart gets a hand on it to put it over the goal. It's a corner kick for the Warriors. Another sub in the game for the Warriors, number 2, that's Noah Letzinger. Jet Belk, the senior midfielder, taking the corner. Side spinning ball in, Stewart's there, and is able to catch it out of the air. Stewart throws it all the way out to Schumacher. Ben Schumacher settles and turns in the midfield. Schumacher cuts it back, looking to play it through to Dunaway. Dunaway wins it. Plays the drop to Boney. Ball played through to Schumacher. Ben Schumacher there. He's able to turn. Plays it across to Dunaway. Dunaway to the top with the left. And right on the keeper, Max Rhodes there to scoop up the shot. Punted to the far side. Hamlin's there. Makes a nice touch. Being challenged by number 4, Rice. Played down the line as number 14, Messner. Makes a heavy touch. Hamlin clears it away, and it's a throw in for the Warriors. Ball thrown into Garcia, tries to win it down with his chest. Garcia tracks back, gets it to Belk. Belk across the middle of the field to number 2, that's Letzinger. Bateau to number 20, Smith. Back to Bateau. Stolen by Schumacher up to Clevenger. Titus Clevenger plays it across the middle for Dunaway. Dunaway in and too heavy. And it's a goal kick for the Warriors. Titus Clevenger looks to be switching to.
Good job, Titus.
Okay, Titus and Jackson are subbing out. Kason Hamlin's going to move up to the right mid as Jax Edson comes in the game at left mid, and Ruben Brake is subbing in at the right fullback. Number 10, Oliver Ward takes the goal kick into the middle of the field. Brandon Schumacher heads it forward. Hamlin and number 14, Messner, challenge for the ball. Back to Messner. To Ward on the back line as Schumacher comes to pressure. Oliver Ward with his left plays it in. Hamlin deflects, falls to Dunaway, back to Hamlin. Hamlin with his left.
Okay.
And wide of the frame, goal kick for the Warriors.
All right, Jason.
All right, Ward there to take the goal kick, back spinning ball into the center. Horton heads it over to the near side. Boney's there to receive. Down the line to Edson.
Good idea, Justin. Good ball.
And out of play, throw in for the Warriors. Number 20, Smith there to take the throw. Ball deflected off. Schumacher's able to keep it in. Back to Boney. Boney plays it all the way back to Stewart. Actually, Stewart drops as Horton gets to it. Over to Brake. He steps on the ball. He's able to get back to it. Brake chips it over to Horton in the corner. Horton down the line. Back into Nangle. Being challenged by Belk. Nangle gets it back into Brake. Stolen away by the Warriors. Bateau into the middle. Anredder steps. Plays it over to Schumacher. Brandon Schumacher in the air. Gets it to Dunaway. Dunaway with his chest. Back into Brake. Just in the middle of the field as Bateau plays it into Belk. Anredder is able to win position and play it wide to Boney. And Boney plays it out on the sideline, throw in for the Warriors. Another sub coming in the game for the Warriors. Lane, if you hold that clock, I can get you back to the right time. We're at 18:08. Yeah, so if you let it run, I'll get you there. All right, throw in for Belk. Big throw into the box. Anredder heads it away. Boney's there. And back out of play. Okay, Lane, start it. Big throw in again by Belk. Ball hits Garcia. And number 4, the senior Landon Rice gets a touch on it out the end line. Goal kick for the Cougars. Restart a play. Stewart plays it short to Anredder. Anredder has room to carry. Garcia comes to pressure. Ball played across to Horton. Horton, nice first touch. Plays it wide to Break. Break in the middle for Nangle. Nangle makes a touch wide. Has Hamlin running down the line. Nangle plays it over the top for Schumacher. Ward there defending. Schumacher's able to get to it. Touches it to the corner. Schumacher looking to try to turn. Ward's able to defend and steal. Played back down the line as number 4, Landon Rice carries, but can't keep it in play, and it's a throw in back to the Cougars. Horton takes the quick throw. Hamlin tracks back. Is able to win it back into the middle. Hamlin and Garcia challenge for the ball. Bateau gets a touch. Belt gets a touch on it. Rice there challenging. Horton, Hamlin wins it and plays it through. Hamlin back to the ball. Cleaned away by the Warriors. Dunaway comes in and challenges on number 18, Bennett. And ball out of play, throw in for the Cougars. Ruben Break there to take the throw. Ball up ahead. Number 14, Messner there to clear it. Into the middle of the field, Brandon Schumacher plays it in. Dunaway is able to settle. Tracking back. Dunaway turns. Dunaway tries to get through the challenge and gets stolen away. Horton there plays it back in. Ben Schumacher there with Ward. Ben's able to win it. Ward's defending tightly. And foul called on Ward. And it's a free kick for the Cougars. Call it 40 out. Max Anredder there to take the free kick for the Cougars.
Here we go, Max.
Edson, Schumacher, Dunaway, and the other Schumacher on the line. Dunaway heads it forward. Ben Schumacher there gets taken out and finishes the goal. And the Cougars tie it.
Way to be, Ben.
Take a look on replay as Dunaway heads it into the air. Schumacher comes in on the header. Max Rhodes came in trying to clear the ball, ended up hitting Schumacher in the head.
Take it off, Ben. Here we go.
Schumacher walking off with the trainer.
Gotta call that one, ref.
All right, Schumacher's subbing off with the trainer. Titus Clevenger checking back in. Can you wait for our subs to come on? No! Ball stolen by the Warriors. Garcia heavy on the touch. And out of play. Throw in for the Cougars. Ball into Dunaway. Into the middle of the field for Dauber. Dauber over the top. Stewart at the top of the box, lets it roll in and is able to grab it. Game tied at 1, 14 minutes left in the first half. Both Schumacher and Meningus are both out with injuries at the current moment. Dauber to the near side. Edson steps in and steals. Jax Edson tries to play Clevenger through, but right to the feet of Dauber, who clears it away. Anredder steps in, makes the header. Nangle, good touch to Dunaway, to Clevenger. Clevenger gets tripped up.
Come on, ref! You gotta call that, buddy.
Hey, you got time, Ben. You got time.
Back to Brandon Schumacher.
Give him an option, Jack.
Ball played to Edson. Edson back to Boney, who plays it to Dunaway. Dunaway all the way back to Stewart. Step up. Stewart to the near side for Boney. Boney's able to keep it into Edson. Played back into the middle of the field.
Hey, win it. Win it, Ed.
Horton plays it forward to Hamlin. Hamlin off his knee. Chasing for the ball as number 18 gets a touch on it. Bennett. Dunaway comes in and steals. Over to Edson on the near side. Edson carries back to the middle, stolen away by Letzinger. Back to Belk. Belk makes the touch through. Nangle's there to sweep it away. Nangle to the near side. Carrying down the line, finds Dunaway. Nice touch by Dunaway as he tries to get through. And stolen away by the Cougars. I'm sorry, knocked away by the Warriors, thrown for the Cougars. Touch favorable to Clevenger as he tries to find space through. However, Ward there to clear it. Evan Horton heads it back into the middle. Hamlin there tries to receive it down with his chest. Able to turn. Hamlin into space. Makes the heavy touch in. Hamlin still on the ball. Looking for an angle. Hamlin takes the shot and can't get it on frame. Goal kick for the Warriors. Offside? Oh. On this one or this one? Oh. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. Number 13, Carmack, plays it back to Messner, who plays it down the line out of play back to the Cougars. Brake plays it up to Brandon Schumacher, who tries to turn. Messner deflects it off of Ward, unfortunate for the Warriors, and it turns into a corner kick for the Cougars. Cougars had a few of their own of those clears into their own teammate. And now the Warriors gave it back. Case and Hamlin over there to take the corner kick for the Cougars. Nangle, Dunaway, and Clevenger at the top. Good ball to the backside. Edson. Cleared away by number 5, Casey. Boney's there. Plays it back to Edson. Stolen by Letzinger. Plays it to Casey. Back to Ward. Ward down the line and out of play. And it's a throw-in for the Cougars. Ball to Schumacher. Ward steps in and steals, and Schumacher commits the foul. And it's a free kick for the Warriors. 10 minutes left to play, game tied at 1. Both Ben Schumacher and Nixon Meningus on the bench with injuries. Bateau in the middle of the field, able to possess, switches it to the far side, breaks there. Ribbon break for the Cougars. Good patience on the ball as he plays it into Nangle. Nangle's able to turn open, challenged by number 9, Barry, and dislodges him from the ball. Bateau to Belk. Horton gets a touch. Break back to Horton into Dunaway. Poked away by Bateau in the middle of the field. Back to Belk. Belk has room to turn. Anredder steps. Horton there. Nangle to help. Plays it back, but Belk's right there. Belk thought about the shot. Across to Carmack, the sophomore midfielder. And Boney plays it down the line, deflected off of number 13, Carmack, throwing for the Cougars. Throw in stolen by the Ward. Bennett. Drop back to Ward on the back line. Into Casey as Edson comes to pressure. Dunaway steals, looking for an option. Dunaway over to Boney, has pressure on him, flips it to Anredder. Anredder high in the air as Edson comes. Ball falls to Boney as he plays Dunaway through, but number 6 Dauber's there. Plays it back in down the line. Anredder there being challenged, and Anredder plays it out the sideline. Throw in for the Warriors in the attacking third. Throw in over Anredder's head. Clevenger's able to clear all the way up to Schumacher. Schumacher and Ward challenge for it. Hamlin and Bateau. Hamlin able to win it. Hamlin looking ahead. Gets challenged by Messner. Hamlin wins it back and shields it out of play, throwing for the Cougars. Ruben Brake takes the throw down the line. Messner heads it back into the middle. Hamlin goes through and wins it. Hamlin plays it over the top for Edson to chase. Good ball down the line, stays in by number 6 Dauber. Anredder comes to it, plays it back to Stewart. Stewart, nice touch, plays it back to Anredder. Anredder able to turn and open up. Big ball in the air to the midfield. Ball goes over everybody. Dauber's there, plays it on the ground to Ward. Ward the center back into the attack. Over to number 2, Letzner. Clevenger steals, gets it to Boney. Edson comes in and challenges Casey. Casey plays it through. Clevenger gets a touch, falls to Belk. Belk heads it forward. Clevenger sends it in the air. Challenge for the ball with Anredder and Belk. Anredder wins it, and out of play, throw in for the Warriors. Sub at the line for the Warriors. Under 7 to play. After the sub, Warriors have the throw. Evan Belk there to take the throw. Jet Belk there to take the throw. Horton clears it away. Belk back to it, plays it in, and Horton plays it with his left to the end line. It'll be another corner kick for the Warriors. Jet Belk back to take the corner. Max Anredder at the front post. Clevenger at the back post. Low ball in. Goes through. And touched by number 12, Kerrigan, to the goal, but right at Rush Stewart. And he's able to secure it quickly out to Hamlin on the far side. Big challenge for the ball, no whistle. All right, Titus Clevenger reached up and grabbed that with his hand. And it's a free kick on the handball for the Warriors. Number 10, Oliver Ward, the junior defender, takes the kick, puts it on frame, and Stewart's there to grab it out of the air. Five minutes left to play in the first half. Side spinning ball. Hamlin gets a touch, falls to Brake. Brake down the line. Number 14, Messner, plays it out the sideline, and another throw in for the Cougars. Ruben Brake there to take the throw, plays it to Dunaway. Dunaway tries to head it forward. Ball's deflected, falls to Schumacher. Messner is able to dislodge, gets it to Belk. Nangle comes in on the challenge. Belk and Nangle fighting for the ball. Belk's able to find space. Ball over to Bateau. Clevenger clears. Back to Dauber on the back line. Dauber line drive ball through. Hits off Belk. Into an attack for the Warriors, but too heavy on the touch all the way into the box for Stewart to grab. Stewart punted ball to the middle. Brandon Schumacher on the touch. Tries to turn. Ward steps into steal, plays it to the near side. Number 13 is Carmack challenging with Boney. Anredder goes to ground, Carmack gets through. Touch across the field. Break steals and able to clear. Messner for the Warriors on the far side. Hamlin comes in on the challenge, gets a tackle on the ball. Messner gets back to it and plays it into Kerrigan. Horton sweeps it out to the sideline and a throw in for the Warriors. Ben Schumacher at the line to check in at the next opportunity. Ball into Belk, played across to Horton. Big knock off the ball by Barry. Ball stolen by Clevenger. Clevenger looks over the top for Horton, or for Schumacher. Brandon Schumacher on the run. Schumacher looking at his options. Being challenged by Ward. Ward steps in. And out of play, corner kick for the Cougars, and Ben Schumacher should be able to sub in. Schumacher checking in for Hamlin, and Ben Schumacher will take the corner kick for the Cougars. Evan, they got two guys up. Be aware of that. Schumacher takes the low ball in, bounces over the first line. Dunaway's there, chips it into Clevenger. Clevenger with the shot and just over the goal. And it's a goal kick for the Warriors. Just over 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Game tied at 1. Ward into the middle of the field. First touched by number 13, Carmack. Boney heads it down. Carmack steals. Into the attack. Ball up to number 9, Barry. Annery comes in and sweeps it away. And out the end line, corner kick for the Warriors. 1:30 to play. Jet Belk over there to take the corner kick for the Warriors. Ball in and off the top of the net. Goal kick for the Cougars.
1 minute, Green.
Max Anretter back to take the goal kick. Anretter, good backspinning ball to the midfield. Ball comes loose. Edson's there. Edson gets tripped and draws the foul. And it's a free kick for the Cougars. Clevenger looking to take it quickly. Plays it over the top for Ben Schumacher. Schumacher settles it in the box, and number 14, Messner, nice job coming in and sweeping it away. Ball down the line, under 30 to play. Brake takes the quick throw. Messner and Schumacher there fighting for the ball. Ben Schumacher drops it to Nangle. Nangle across to Clevenger. Clevenger dropped to Anretter. Anretter over the top. Edson over there to the sideline as Dauber plays it high into the air. And that ball is drifting back in, stays in play. Boney fighting for the ball and out of bounds on the Cougars. And that's the horn for the first half. At halftime, score tied at 1. Good to see Ben Schumacher subbing back in the game in the first half. Nixon Meningus still has not checked in. He's got his leg up with ice on it on the bench. All right, we got 10 minutes on the clock for the halftime break. We'll send you through the first half recap and then be back for the second half. All right, the teams are back on the field. We are about ready to start the second half. No, I can't see it on here. I'll have to pull it up later. I didn't even notice you. You want a mic? All right, that's the whistle. We're underway, second half. Ben plays it back to Nangle. Lucas Nangle to Max Anredder, over to Evan Horton. To the near side for Hamlin. Hamlin's able to receive and open up. Double team comes. Number 9, Barry comes away with the ball. Nangle comes in to help. Back to number 12, Kerrigan. Over to Belk. Belk plays it into the middle. Number 13, Carmack. Can't control it as Anredder comes in and steals. Good ball into space to Clevenger. Clevenger with a drag touch up ahead. Looking to play Schumacher on the run. Schumacher's into the box with the left. And off the side of the net. Good opportunity for the Cougars. Do that again, Ben. Oliver Ward there to take the goal kick for the Warriors into the middle of the field. Nangle gets the header to the far side. Boney over there. And rolls out a play, throw in for the Warriors. Casey takes the throw. Into Barry. Barry plays it down the line. Boney comes in on the tackle and knocks out a play, throw in for the Warriors. Nangle plays it wide to Boney as number 13, Carmack defends. And Boney plays it out again, throw in the attacking third for the Warriors. Boney again clears. Number 13, Carmack takes the throw. Over to Bateau. Anredder there, and again cleared out the sideline. Throwing again for the Warriors. Ball into the middle. Nangle tries to clear. Number 18 chips it in. That's Bennett. And Stewart's able to come up to the top and scoop it up. Stewart rolled out to the near side for Hamlin. Hamlin trying to connect into the middle, deflected by number 12, Kerrigan. And another challenge on the ball, throw in for the Cougars. Casey and Hamlin there to take the throw. Why? Why are you doing that? Evan Horton takes the throw. Ball played across. Clevenger's there looking for Schumacher on the run. Clevenger holds it up, plays it down the line to Schumacher. Ben Schumacher's there. Still on the ball, trying to get through the double. And the Warriors are able to dislodge. Dauber clears it. Boney's there to receive. Boney back to Clevenger. Clevenger attacking the left side. Plays it through with his left. Ben Schumacher in the box. Drops to Brandon. Brandon with the shot. And just over the goal.
Hey, good work, boys.
Four minutes into the second half, game tied at 1. Warriors with a goal kick. Oliver Ward back spinning ball in the middle. Ben Schumacher wins it forward to his brother Brandon. Brandon traps it, plays it wide to Titus Clevenger. Clevenger being defended by Bennett. As time plays it back to Dunaway. Dunaway one touch back to Clevenger. Clevenger cuts it in. Working across the middle. Pauses and drops to Dunaway. Dunaway back into the middle. Bateau knees it into the air. Casey's able to head it down back to Bateau. Into the middle of the field. Ball played to the near side for number 19, Seeberger. Hamlin steps, wins the ball. Seeberger comes in and deflects. And out of play, throw in on the near side, right in front of the camera for Hamlin. Big throw to Brandon. Hamlin takes a throw into Schumacher. Hamlin there. Tries to come in. Falls to Ben. Ben leaves it for Brandon. Brandon carrying across for Dunaway. Dunaway at the top takes the shot from 35. And good strike. Just fades to the right. And goal kick for the Warriors.
Good work, Green. Let's win it. Let's go.
Keep firing, Green. Let's go.
Oliver Ward back to take the goal kick again for the Warriors. Low ball in. Nangle first to touch. Plays it into the attack for Brandon Schumacher. Ward's able to get back to it. Back in, Ben Schumacher wins it down with his arm. The toe stolen by Nangle. Ben Schumacher steals in the middle. Schumacher over to Clevenger.
Come on, Titus. Fire that.
Clevenger chips it in. Schumacher loses his feet in the box. And not sure what happened there. It looked like maybe he got his foot stepped on.
What's it gonna take?
Ball into Nangle. And deflected away by number 12, Kerrigan. Throwing for the Cougars. Hamlin takes the throw in. Ward's there. Makes the settle. Plays it back to number 12, Kerrigan. Number 19, Seaberger plays it into the middle of the field. Stolen by Ben Schumacher. Challenge from behind on Kerrigan and foul called. Cougars get the free kick.
Good job, Ben. Way to be tough. Way to be tough.
Score it, Ben.
There you go.
Ben Schumacher there to take the free kick. Plays it to the back side, headed down by Dunaway and Schumacher. Couldn't tell who got a touch on it, but the keeper, Rhodes, is there to make the save. Ball headed into the air by Kerrigan. Hamlin and number 9, Barry, fight for the ball. Hamlin tries to get through the challenge.
In front of you, dude.
Into the middle. Anredder steps and clears all the way up to Clevenger. Clevenger to the far side as
Hey, nobody.
Casey comes to challenge. Drop back to Dunaway. Dunaway into the middle for Anredder. Anredder turns, takes the strike, and all the way into the keeper, keeper Rhodes. Rhodes punting to the far side. Justin Boney wins it down with his head. Clevenger's there on the line. That is Clevenger carrying down the line. Challenge with Casey. Tucker Casey able to win it, but stolen back by Dunaway. Dunaway across the middle. Finds Nangle on the run. Number 12, Kerrigan steps in and steals. Ball played right back in the middle of the field for Hamlin. Hamlin tries the cut through. Stolen back by Bateau. Dunaway steals it back and draws the foul.
Yeah, Dunaway.
And a free kick for the Cougars from 45 out. Max Anredder takes a quick kick and puts it all the way over the goal. Good idea. 3 subs coming in the game for the Warriors.
Hey, let's stay down here, Green. Come on.
Oliver Ward back to take the goal kick for the Warriors. Played to the near side for Kerrigan. Spencer Jackson there to pressure. Kerrigan carrying across the middle. Bell cuts it back. Chipped it over the top. That's up to number 4, Rice. Hamlin wins it. Looking to cut it back. Garcia there to steal. Hamlin steps in. Horton challenges for the ball. Horton pokes up to Hamlin. Back into the middle. Stolen by Kerrigan to Belk, and Belk gets the shot. And it's a goal kick for the Cougars. Max Anreder back to take the goal kick this time for the Cougars. Anreder on the ground. Dunaway comes up to challenge. Ball falls to Ben Schumacher. Schumacher tracks back. Stolen away by Garcia. Into the middle of the field. Kerrigan drops back to Oliver Ward. 1-2 play. Dunaway steals. Up to Brandon Schumacher. Schumacher leaves it for Ben. And into the ref. It'll be a drop ball for the Cougars. Ben into possession over to Boney. Boney back into Schumacher with some room in front. Ben Schumacher carrying across, gives it to Nangle. Over to the near side for Hamlin. Hamlin gets challenged by Rice. Ball dropped in to Seeberger. Kerrigan to the near side for Seeberger, into the middle. Belk plays it to Letzinger. Oliver Ward back to Belk. Belk looking for space. Drop back to Dauber as Clevenger and Brandon Schumacher chase. Titus Clevenger gets a touch on it to deflect out of play. As to throw in for the Warriors. Senior Tucker Casey over to take the throw. Letzinger wins it, plays it up to Belk. Anreder steals, gets it to Clevenger. Letzinger steps in and deflects it out the sideline. Throw in for the Cougars. Justin Boney over to take the throw. Boney with a big throw up to Brandon Schumacher. He heads it over to Clevenger, but too heavy and out of play. Back to the Warriors. Game tied at 1, 28:30 left here in the second half. Bateau with the ball at his feet. Clevenger comes in to challenge. Casey plays it back to Ward on the back line. Oliver Ward plays the backspin ball over the top. Headed forward by Garcia. Into an attack. Rice and Anreder there. Drop back to Bateau. Over to the near side. Hamlin steals. Hamlin plays it over the top for Brandon Schumacher to chase. Max Rhodes, the keeper, at the top of the box, able to let it roll into the box and pick it up. Side spinning ball to the far side. Boney heads it in. Rice is there to get it, gives it to Ward. Ward chips it over the top. Horton steps and wins the header. Number 4, Rice, back to Belk, deflected off Anreder.
That was off his chest!
Anreder's claiming it was off of his chest as he's showing him the mark. Free kick on the handball from a dangerous spot for the Warriors. Four-man wall for the Cougars. Jet Belk and Oliver Ward both over the ball. Belk takes the shot and puts it over the goal, and it's a goal kick for the Cougars. Max Anreder back to take the goal kick for the Cougars. Plays it to the near side for Horton. Horton's able to receive and open up. Over to Hamlin. Hamlin into the middle. Stolen by Bateau. Ben Schumacher there to steal it back. Schumacher opens up and drops it back to Anreder. Anreder switched to Boney on the far side. Boney has space. Plays it up to Clevenger. Casey steals. All the way back to Anreder. Anreder turns it wide. Being pressured by Garcia. Anreder with his left plays it out of play. And a throw in for the Warriors after the substitutions come in. Number 13, Carmack back in the game for the Warriors. Ball thrown in. Boney steals. Gets it to Clevenger. Clevenger connects to Dunaway. Dunaway over the top for Clevenger. and out of play back to the Warriors. Casey takes the throw into Kerrigan. Brandon Schumacher there to defend. Dauber over to Ward, and out of play on the Warriors throwing for the Cougars. Titus Clevenger looking to take the quick throw. Plays Brandon Schumacher into the corner. Schumacher cuts it back, looking for an option across the middle. Ball deflected by number 12, Kerrigan, and the keeper, Rhodes, is there to pick it up. Road high ball into the center. First touch by Barry. Anredder's there, plays it up to Clevenger. Clevenger cuts it back into the middle. Clevenger carrying across the frame. Looking at an option. Takes the shot, deflected by the Warriors. And Rhodes is there to scoop it up. Low ball. Ben Schumacher steals. Ward's able to clear it back in the middle of the field for Belk. Over to Boney. Boney to the far side, stolen by Letzenberger. Back into the middle. Casey into the middle as Nangle steals. Able to connect wide to Clevenger. Clevenger carrying down the line. Feeds Schumacher on the diagonal. Brandon Schumacher with the left across for Jackson. Jackson with the knee. And Max Rhodes right there to make the save. Ball quickly out to Kerrigan. Ben Schumacher steals in the middle. Schumacher carrying on the turn. Schumacher still on the ball. Tries to get through. Schumacher in the box. Takes the shot and just wide of the frame. And goal kick for the Warriors. Quick restart by Ward. Spencer Jackson comes in and steals. Kerrigan's able to get it back. Finds Belk. Belk with some space in front. Plays number 9, Barry in. Horton challenging back. And shot and goal for the Warriors. And the Warriors take the 2-1 lead.
Shake it off, guys. Let's go. Come on.
Hey, Evan, goldfish. Let's go, kid.
Subs coming in the game for the Cougars after the Warriors on that quick transition off the goal kick. Able to get out on the left side. Number 9, Austin Berry, all the way in for the goal. Kaysen, the kickoff hasn't happened yet.
The ball isn't in play yet, baby. You're good. It's hot.
All right, restart of play. Warriors with the 2-1 lead. Dunaway on the far side gets stolen.
Hey, here we go.
And foul called on the
Set it up quickly.
Warriors. It's a free kick for the Cougars. Max Anredder there to take the quick free kick. Driving ball into the middle. Won by number 12, Kerrigan. Nangle there, steal it back, plays it to the near side for break. Over to Hamlin.
Win it, Kaysen.
Hamlin carrying down the line. Plays it across, deflected off of Seaberger, and a corner kick upcoming for the Cougars. Kaysen Hamlin's going to go take the corner kick. Backside stack for the Cougars. Good ball in. Brandon Schumacher there goes over the top. Grayson Crumrine plays it back into Clevenger. As Clevenger makes the fakes, able to turn to the corner. Lettinger defending in front. Number 2 for the Warriors. And, whoa, no whistle. As Clevenger still on the ball. Deflected into a corner kick for the Cougars.
Here we go, corner.
Titus Clevenger over to take the corner. Warriors leading 2-1, 21:30 left to play. Clevenger plays it short to Dunaway. Dunaway back to Clevenger. Stolen away by the Warriors, played to the middle of the field. Horton taps it back into Nangle. Nangle over to Brake. Brake back to Horton. Horton chips it to the near side for Hamlin. Number 12, Kerrigan, comes in to steal. Kerrigan back into the middle. Gets through the challenge on Nangle. Brake wins it back into the middle of the field. Letzinger makes the pass through, hit Dunaway's hand, and called for the handball. Back to Casey. Over to Oliver Ward, the junior center back. Number 12, Kerrigan into Belk. Over to number 2, Letzinger. Over to Barry as Anwar is able to win it and play it out the sideline, and a throw in upcoming for the Warriors. All right, throw in for the Warriors. Anredder rises up and wins it with his head. Ball into the box for Belk. Belk taps through. Into the attack for Belk, and a nice opportunity. All right, back to the action.
There you go, Case.
Nangle there. Gets it to Ben Schumacher. Schumacher with space in the middle. Over to Crumrine. Crumrine settles, plays it down the line for Clevenger. Nice touch into Dunaway. Stolen away by Bateau. Played over the top. Anredder gets a knee on it. Horton plays it back in the middle for Schumacher. Then Schumacher carries back all the way back to Stewart on the drop. Stewart to the far side for Crumrine. Crumrine settles, plays it in the middle for Schumacher. Schumacher gets a touch through. Fight for possession as Bateau steals. Into the middle, Nangle steals back. Over to Hamlin on the near side. Brake wins it. Horton plays it back into the middle. Ward plays it over the top all the way through. And ball falls to Stewart. Sorry, we had some technical difficulties there. My scoreboard's off. Hamlin on the turn. Hamlin making the run. Chipped in the middle. Ben Schumacher there to steal. Schumacher chips it ahead for Nangle. Number 20, Seaberger there. Back to Schumacher. Then Schumacher over to Dunaway. Dunaway wide for Clevenger. Clevenger connecting to Dunaway on the line. Number 2, Letzinger challenging for the ball. 1 to Dauber. Dauber plays back to Letzinger. Clevenger comes in and deflects off of Letzinger. Dauber clears it, and out of play, throw in for the Cougars. 16:30 on the clock. Clevenger takes the throw into Ben Schumacher, back to Titus Clevenger. Casey comes in to challenge and deflects it away, and back to a Cougars throw. Clevenger into Schumacher. Turns it wide but loses it out of play, and back to the Warriors. Ball in the middle of the field. Nangle steals. Nangle carrying down the line as Garcia comes in to challenge. Ball back to Casey. Letzinger drops it to Dauber, who plays it wide and out of play on the far side. And it's a throw in again for the Cougars. Grayson Crumrine takes the throw. Dauber there to challenge. Brandon Schumacher wins it. Cuts it back across. Schumacher looking to turn and cleared away again by Letzinger. Cougars with another throw. Crumrine into Dunaway, and Letzinger again clears out the sideline. Crumrine with the throw in back to Anreder. Anreder punches it into the middle. Kerrigan challenged by Schumacher. Hamlin goes for the shot, falls to Brandon Schumacher. Brandon Schumacher looking for space. Stolen away by the Warriors. Cleared by Kerrigan. Horton plays it to the near side for Hamlin. Hamlin being defended by Kerrigan and is able to poke it away, throwing for the Cougars. Hamlin takes the throw into break. Play!
Ruben, you gotta catch him, dude.
Rice into the middle as Mangle's there to steal. Number 7, Garcia wins the ball. Ben Schumacher comes into the challenge. Garcia, dangerous pass. Ben Schumacher steals into the box. Schumacher cuts it back, loses his feet. And corner kick up coming for the Cougars. Then side. Casey down the line for Letzinger. Dunaway comes in and steals it. Letzinger back into the middle for Garcia. Garcia carrying across. Plays it to Kerrigan. Hamlin comes in on the challenge and Kerrigan's able to keep up on it. Seaberger back to Bateau, back to Ward. Ward trying to direct traffic, plays it to Seaberger on the near side. Garcia keeps it in, stolen by Hamlin. Hamlin plays it over the top, and the keeper Rhodes able to let it roll into the top of the box and pick it up. Ball punted back into the middle. Drop back to Ward, who chips it over the top. Anreder there, heads it forward. Dunaway gets a touch, stolen by Belk. Back to Bateau. Over to Dauber on the back line. Ball to the far side. Boney heads it forward with a challenge from Garcia. And out of play. Foul called on the Warriors. Throw in, a kick for the Cougars on the foul call. Max Anreder there to take the free kick in the defensive side. Low ball in. Casey gets the first touch. Dunaway steals in the middle. Dunaway trying to turn. Drops back to Anreder. Anreder quickly up to Clevenger on the far side. And bouncing ball he can't control, out of play for the Warriors. Casey there to take the throw in. Plays it into Bateau. Back to Ward. Over to Seaberger. To Kerrigan as Mangle comes into pressure. Belk has it in the middle. Plays Garcia in, but Garcia's offside. And flag is up. Free kick for the Cougars. Max Anreder there to take the free kick. Driving ball in. Bateau gets the first touch. Garcia tracks back. Ben Schumacher in the middle of the field. Garcia able to play it back to Casey. Over to Bateau. Mangle steps, deflects. Anreder comes in and clears it away. Ward settles it. Brandon Schumacher challenging. Ward to the near side. Ball played to the near side for number 12, Kerrigan.
Watch that backside, Evan.
Break comes in. Hamlin comes in to help. Hamlin on the ball. Able to win it across the middle. Plays it over the top for Clevenger. Clevenger out in front. Cutting across. Nice cut back by Clevenger. Takes it with his left and just wide of the goal. Goal kick for the Warriors. 10 minutes left in the game. Warriors leading 2-1.
Hey, good battle, Payson. Good battle, Payson.
Ward takes it to the near side for Belk. Belk lets it run and able to turn. Ball down the line, carries it back across the middle. Dunaway steps, Belk cuts it over to number 12, Kerrigan. Boney shields on Garcia, able to receive it and play it down the line. Goes all the way through and throw in for the Warriors. They have some subs at the line to check in. Casey there takes the throw before the whistle, so we'll rethrow.
Good job, Kason.
Kason Hamlin checking out of the game as Jax Edson checks in. Ball down the line, and actually a handball called on the Warriors. It'll be a free kick for the Cougars. Max Anreder, good ball over the top for Brandon Schumacher to chase. Dauber there into the corner. Schumacher gets a touch on it, knocks it off of Dauber. Be a question as to who it touched first. And no call means goal kick.
On, Brandon. Yeah, watch it over here, Jack. Lucas, stay on 11. He's making a run. Making a run.
Oliver Ward back to take the goal kick. Actually played short by Rhodes to Ward, so Ward can dribble out. Edson comes to challenge. Gets it to Belk. Belk switching the field to the far side. Nobody's there, though. Boney's able to shield and let it go out of play. Boney takes the throw in into the middle of the field. Bateau there. Clevenger deflects. Ben Schumacher in the middle to win it. Into the attack. Schumacher carrying. Makes a touch wide on Seeberger. Over to Edson. Edson plays it across. Deflected by Casey. Edson again. The ball falls to Nangle. Deflected in the air. And Rhodes is there to grab it out of the air. Into the middle of the field, Anreder plays it forward over to number 2, Letzinger. Kerrigan down the line for number 13, Carmack to chase. Anreder in front, deflects it out of play and a corner kick for the Warriors. Belk takes the ball in. Nangle clears. Letzinger there first. Back to Belk. Backspin ball in. And Stewart's there to grab it out of the air. Stewart rolls it out to Edson on the near side. Edson drops to a break. Break tries to touch wide. And out of play. Throw in for the Warriors.
Nice up, mark up.
Barry there to take the throw. Gets it to Belk. Drop back to Kerrigan. Across to Bateau. Ben Schumacher comes in and steals. Knocked out of play. Throwing for the Cougars. Kason Hamlin checking back in the game. Subbing in for Ruben Brake. Boney takes a throw into Dunaway. Dunaway with pressure in his back. Drops back to Anreder. Anreder chips wide for Boney. And can't control it out of play. Back to the Warriors. Throw in, Boney clears. And back out of play to the Warriors. Ball throw in down the line. Dunaway tries to keep it in but can't. And another throw in for the Warriors, under 5 to play. Dauber takes the throw again down to Belk. Belk tries to get the turn on the edge, plays it across. Edson's there. Edson with room in front, makes the move, and number 26, Bateau, comes in and knocks out a play, throwing for the Cougars. Hamlin takes a throw. Bateau gets the knee into the air. Ben Schumacher's there. Tries to turn. Loose in the middle. Bateau gets it through to Belk. Horton tries to poke it away. Back to Bateau. Over to Barry on the near side. Hamlin challenging for the ball. Throw in for the Warriors. Jet Belk over to take the throw. Into the box. Anrider clears it away. Ward plays it back in. And over the goal. Goal kick for the Cougars. Just over 3 to play. Warriors still holding to that 2-1 lead. Cougars take the kick. Dunaway first to touch. Dunaway shielding off the ball. Nice move by Dunaway to find space. Into the attack. Plays Clevenger on the far side. Clevenger cutting it back across the middle. Chips it into Brandon Schumacher. Schumacher trying to turn. Dauber clears all the way to Boney. Boney heads it down. Dunaway there. Plays it back to Boney. Boney on the ground being challenged by Clevenger and number 20, Reese Smith. And Reese Smith draws the foul on Clevenger. Free kick for the Warriors. Cougars trying to find the equalizer. Oliver Ward there to take the free kick. Low ball in. Bateau there with Schumacher steals. Then Schumacher gets it to Kason Hamlin on the attack. Hamlin carrying through the middle. Plays Clevenger forward. Clevenger to the corner. Being defended by number 20, Reese Smith.
Ref, what is that if it's not a foul?
Ball stolen on the throw in to Dunaway. Belk wins it back. Over the top. Stewart comes out. Chips it into the air for Anrider. Anrider's able to turn. Anrider looking at his options. Plays it to Horton. Horton into the middle. Cleared away by Bateau. Boney there. Drops back to Stewart. A minute left to play. Stewart in the air to the far side. One down by Dunaway after the touch by Letzinger. Dunaway plays Clevenger down the line. And out of play. Throw in for the Warriors. Throw in, Dunaway heads it down. Belk plays it over the top. Stewart makes a touch into the box to pick it up. Over the near side for Edson. Chip to Nangle. And foul called on the challenge. Free kick for the Cougars. 20 seconds to play. Horton restarts it to Hamlin. Hamlin plays it through, deflected to Anrider. Belk comes in. Anrider, 10 seconds to play. And that's going to do it. Final score, Warriors 2, Cougars 1.
Hey, ref, blow your whistle next game, buddy.
All right, we have 10 minutes or so for the JV half. We'll do a second half recap and then reload for the JV half. All right, guys, we are back for the JV half. Let's get the scoreboard reset to 0. Waiting on the Cougars to take the field. Warriors are already set to go with the kickoff. We'll have a 35-minute running clock half. Number 25 for the Warriors, Aaron Burke, taking the kickoff. Rogan Reether for the Cougars on the near side. Jax Edson up top, Spencer Jackson on the left. Titus Clevenger and Lucas Nangle playing in the midfield. Antonio Rubio in the goal, working on his cleats. Grayson Crumrine as the right back. Actually, Lucas Nangle's a center back. Brant Smathers and Ruben Brake are the defensive mids. Titus Clevenger, the attacking mid. Ben Bandy, a little left center back. And Reiner Ramos, the left back. Ball played all the way back to Messner for the Warriors. Played to the far side. Ramos there to settle. Plays it up to Jackson. Jackson turns, plays it down the line for Edson on the run. Messner there first. Edson challenging. Messner turns it back to the middle. Plays it to number 18. That's Bennett. Bennett turns, plays it ahead back to Bennett. Number 8, Hudson Neal on the ball. Stolen back by the Cougars. Break up to Clevenger. Clevenger tries to play Edson through right as Edson stopped. Just a little miscommunication there and cleared away by the keeper. Challenge here at the midfield by Nangle and number 16, Matthew, I should say. Break in the middle, trying to receive and turn. Ball falls to Crumrine as he plays it through. Back into possession for the Warriors. Not heavy enough on the pass by Clark as Edson steals. Into Smathers. Smathers takes the shot. And Smathers with the sneaky shot almost snuck it past the keeper on the far post. That's number 20 in the goal, Reese Smith. While the far side, out of play and throw in for the Cougars. Ramos takes the throw, gets it into Break. Ruben Break taking space in the middle. Plays it to Clevenger. Clevenger finds Edson in. And knocked out of play. Corner kick for the Cougars. Rogan Reether jogging over to take the corner. Rogan Reether, number 21, yet to be eligible for the Cougars as a varsity player. Ball played in. Brant Smathers comes to it. Smathers trying to turn, being defended by Van Duigi. Reether into the box. Stolen away by Van Duigi. Played down the line. Number 25, Burke, being defended by Bandy. Bandy trying to cut it back. Into the attack for the Warriors. Chipped over the top as Crumrine's there to head it away. And number 25, Burke gets a touch on it but sends it over the goal Goal kick for the Cougars. Nangle, backspinning ball into the middle. Smathers gets a touch to Clevenger. Clevenger plays Reether ahead. Reether down the near side. To the top of the box, takes the shot near post. And Smith is there in the goal to scoop it up. Reese Smith, the freshman. Top spinning ball ahead. Smathers gets a head on it. Headed over by Bennett. Smathers, nice kick over the top to get it to Reether. Liam Brady, number 24, gets a touch on it. Break, steals. Brady down the line. Crumrine, nice touch into break. Break turns. Carrying across. Plays it into Edson. Cleared away by number 14, Messner. And a throw in back to the Cougars. Crumrine into Reether. He's able to keep it in. Stolen back by Matthew. Crumrine sends it back in. Back to Crumrine. That was number 22, Gabe Clark on the touch. Falls to Clevenger in the middle. Titus Clevenger trying to get through space. Clevenger cuts it back. All the way across to Spencer Jackson. He drops it to Smathers. Smathers gets challenged. Falls to Clevenger. Clevenger in. Takes the shot, deflected away by Messner. And corner kick for the Cougars. We've got to find a way to get Reether eligible as a varsity player. He attended our co-op Macaulay last year, now attending New Heights, and Misha's saying that makes him ineligible, which is obviously not the intent of or spirit of the rule of making a kid ineligible. Ramos sends the ball in. Ball into the middle. Bandy plays it over to Smathers. Number 22, Clark plays it over to Ramos. Stolen away by Burke. Aaron Burke, touch to the end line and too heavy out the end line. Goal kick for the Cougars. Yeah, so the Misha default should be to let a kid play unless there's a reason to withhold him from playing. So this restriction on Reether not able to play varsity after he didn't play varsity last year. He was a JV player on this exact team. And now transferring schools makes him ineligible to play his sophomore year, which just seems absolutely ridiculous. Ball deflected by Jackson, throw in for the Warriors. Number 22, Clark plays it over the top and out of bounds on the Cougars, throwing for the Warriors. Ramos there, plays it ahead. Stolen by Clark. Back into the middle, Ben Bandy's there. Deflected by the Cougars. Into the attack for the Warriors. Shot by number 18, Bennett, blocked by Rubio, and the Cougars are able to clear. Ball all the way over to Reether on the near side. Reether carrying, being defended by Brady. Makes a nice touch around Smith. Reether still on the ball, cuts it back in. Reether shot, far post. And Reese Smith takes the hop right off the chin and is able to save it. Ball down the far side. Jackson hustling to it, knocked away by Jackson, throwing for the Warriors. Ramos into break. Ball over to Matthew. Cleared away by Nangle. Jax Edson tracks back to win it. Plays it to the near side for Reether. Reether trying to carry. Makes a move on number 24, Brady. Reether still on the ball. Across to Clevenger. Clevenger lets it run as he's trying to shape. Messenger steps in and steals into an attack down the line. And Brandon Ramos smartly clears it away. And it's a throw-in for the Warriors. Messner there to take the throw for the Warriors. Big throw down the line. Bandy first there. Clears it to the sideline with his left. Number 8, Tegan Hudson-Neal, the sophomore, making the run. Hudson-Neal will go take the throw in now for the Warriors. Throwing into the middle of the field. Number 18, Bennett fighting for possession. Ramos steals. Off the deflection from Clark, able to get it back, and Ramos plays it to Edson. Edson gets a touch to Jackson, back to Break with some room in the middle. Break taking the space, plays it through, but stolen by Noah Smith for the Warriors. Over to Hudson-Neal, deflected by Ramos. Smathers gets a deflection. Bandy plays it over the top to the near side. Reether fighting for possession, gets in. Reether, and it's a goal kick for the Warriors. Need to check to see if the stream's still working. Have some technical difficulties again. Ball played in the middle of the field. Break wins the header down. Reether steals. Deflected by number 22, Clark. All over to the box. And Reese Smith there to pick it up. Angle's able to win it on the back line to Ramos. Ramos plays it back in, goes all the way through, and goal kick for the Warriors. All right, Messner taking the goal kick, plays it to the far side. Ramos there heads it down to settle. Down the line, Jackson looking to make the turn. And out the end line, goal kick again for the Warriors. Quick restart out of the back. Messner plays it to the far side. Ball played in the middle. Good challenge by Bandy. Wins it back to Ruben Break. Up to Edson, who turns it back. Edson over to Clevenger with some space in front. Clevenger plays it over the top, deflected away by number 23, Smith. Ball cleared away. An angle there at the midway line to settle. Gets it back to Smathers, who plays Crumrine in. Crumrine chips it over for Reether on the run. Ball's loose. Reether in the box, trying to find an angle. Takes it with his right, deflected away, and out the end line for a corner kick for the Cougars. Ribbon break there to take the corner kick for the Cougars here in the JV half. No score yet. 20 minutes left to play. Good ball to the backside. Goes over everyone. Jackson there being defended by number 2, Letzinger. Jackson's able to deflect it off Letzinger and another corner kick for the Cougars. Spencer Jackson there to take the corner. Low ball in. Smathers tries to settle and knocked it out of play. Goal kick for the Warriors. Messner takes the driving ball into the middle. Reether first to touch, gets it to Break. Break splitting the double. Break into the box. Takes the shot, far post, deflection. Edson comes in, still loose. Reether on the follow. And cleared away by the Warriors. Evan Horton challenging with Hudson Neal. Stolen back by the Cougars. Over to Break. Break takes the strike! And what a strike by Ruben Break. Deflected away. And corner kick for the Cougars. Corner kick, guys. Did that not hit him? Yeah, corner kick. Rogan Reether there to take the corner kick. Side spinning ball in. Edson gets a touch on it. Jackson on the backside. Recycles it to Ramos. Ramos across the middle. Takes the shot across. Reether's there on the backside. Reether able to keep it in. Drop back to Kremrine, but stolen away by number 16, Matthew. Reether's able to poke it away over to Kremrine. Smathers into the attack. Smathers cuts it back and cleared away by number 23, Smith. Nangle circles it back in. Reether on the near side, back to Krumrine. Krumrine sweeps it in as Letzinger sweeps it away. Ramos at the top. Messner clears. Nangle plays it back in. Reether there, leaves it for Break. Cleared away again by the Warriors. Krumrine tries to circle back in as number 16, Matthew, deflects. Number 24, Liam Brady, plays it down the line. Nangle steals. Nangle back over the top. Reether, nice touch to turn. Plays it to Break, but behind him. Letzinger comes in to challenge. Break carrying across. Break through to Horton. Horton flips it to Jackson. Number 8, Hudson Neal, plays it out the sideline and a throw-in for the Cougars. Spencer Jackson there to take the throw. Jackson plays it in. And saved by the keeper, Smith. Top spinning ball. Smathers plays it into a little bit of a dangerous situation for the Cougars. Nangle's able to get to it, being pressured by number 25, Burke. Gets it to Krumrine, who finds Smathers. Smathers with a little bit of space to play it to Reether. Rogan Reether on the ball. Back to Smathers. Reether back. Plays Krumrine in. Messner steps in with his left and clears the way to the sideline. And a throw in for the Cougars. Krumrine takes the throw into Smathers and deflected out of play back to the Warriors. And that's time for the Warriors to make a sub. Number 3, Isaiah Stevens checking out of the game. Number 18, Ethan Bennett back in for the Warriors. Mester on the back, plays it in, Nangle there. Nangle sends it into Horton. Horton trying to turn. Drops it for a break. Break being defended by Gabe Clark. Break cuts it back to Horton. Reether and Noah Smith fight for the ball, and Smith's able to clear it out the sideline. And a throw in for the Cougars. 15 minutes to play here in the JV half. Still no score. Good hustle, Barrett. Thank you. All right, back to the action. Crumrine into Reether. Reether tries to make a cutback move. Miles Matthew there to steal. Matthew plays it up ahead. Bandy and Nangle able to settle it. Bandy gets it to Crumrine. Crumrine, nice job opening up to receive. Plays it back into Smathers, who tries to play it through. Nobody's there to connect. Stolen by Gabe Clark into the transition to Bennett. Bennett switched to the far side. Ramos there to defend. Nangle steps, plays it back into the middle. Clark again plays it forward, deflected by Brake. Brady plays it into the middle. Jackson over the top. And the keeper, Reese Smith, there to scoop it up at the top of the box. Top spinning ball. Horton settles it into Brake. Brake in the attack. Tries to play Reether through. And stolen away by number 23, Noah Smith. Challenge in the middle of the field. Miles Matthew on the run. Ramos there to cut it away. And Jackson catches his legs from behind on Ethan Bennett. Free kick for the Warriors. Michael Messner, the junior defender, there to take the free kick. Driving ball in. Smathers gets the head on it. Crumrine pops into the air. Challenge for the ball with Crumrine and Matthew. Crumrine's able to clear. Liam Brady there across the middle for Smith. Horton steals into the attack for Edson. Edson plays Jackson. Jackson looking over the top. Tries to play Reether in. Stolen by Horton at the top. And Horton puts it in for the goal. And the Cougars score to take the lead, 1-0. All right, back to the restart of play. Cougars now with the 1-0 lead. Messner plays it to the far side. Ramos settles. Ben Bandy steps in, plays it to the corner. Messner makes a touch to clear, and a throw in for the Cougars. Evan Horton with the goal gets subbed out as Jackson Dunaway comes in to give him a break. Throw in deflected by the Warriors, and Messner clears it way out of bounds. Jackson takes the throw into Dunaway. Dunaway plays it in the air cross. Reether there over top of his head. Liam Brady on the backside plays it back in. Smathers steals and tries to turn. Clark is able to win it back. Into the middle for Bennett. Crumrine challenging. Bennett back into the middle as Brake gets a touch but can't steal. Matthew plays across the field to Hudson Neal. Ramos defending. Hudson Neal plays it back across. Touch into trouble in the box. Nangle clears it out. Vandy challenging along with Letzinger. Ramos is able to win it ahead. Spencer Jackson on the run. Makes a touch down the line. Being defended by number 15, Van Duij. And looks like it's ruled out of play on the line. It's a throw-in for the Warriors coming back. Ball down the line. Hudson Neal being defended by Ramos and out of play back to the Cougars. Ramos takes the throw. Jackson heads it forward. Silas Van Duij plays it in. Dunaway steals. Jackson Dunaway plays Jackson to the corner. Back to Dunaway. Dunaway dropped back to Ramos. Brandon Ramos plays it into the middle. Messner there to steal. Over to Bennett. Back to Bennett in the middle of the field. And foul called on the Cougars as Bennett gets tripped up and a free kick for the Warriors. Messner there to take the kick. Driving ball and not on the target. Goal kick for the Cougars. Number 3, Isaiah Stevens checking back in the game for the Warriors as Noah Smith checks out. Lucas Nangle back to take the goal kick for the Cougars. Nangle to the near side to Crumrine. Crumrine touches it back to Smathers. Up to Reether. Reether one touch into Smathers. Smathers with a nice dribble over. Plays into Edson, not enough on it as Messner clears. Nangle settles at the top. Stolen back by Bennett. Brake comes in and challenges into the turn. Brake gets through the next challenge. Into the attack. Ruben Brake tries to play Edson through. Deflected away. Edson left there for the goal. And the Cougars score again. Jax Edson. A little mistake by the back line of the Warriors. And the Cougars take the 2-0 lead. Take a look back as Brake tries to play Edson through, and then he gets it through the next time as the drop happens. Just a little confusion, and Edson buries it. All right, back to the live action. Bennett there. Dunaway steals. Dunaway cuts it back into the middle, all the way across to Reether. Reether dropped to Smathers, who takes the strike. And a nice contact by Brant Smathers, saved by the keeper, Smith. Ball back into the middle. From Ryan over to Brake. It gets through for Dunaway. Fight in the middle. Brake finds Dunaway. Dunaway carrying across, leaves it for Jackson. Jackson connecting to Edson, who plays it back to the corner for Spencer Jackson. Jackson gets the end line, plays it shallow to Reether, goes all the way through. Still in play as Crumrine's there. Crumrine into Smathers. He wasn't Joplin, though. He was McCauley. He wasn't Joplin, though. He was McCauley. Yeah. Crumrine into Reether. We need Michelle to get on that. What is Michelle's job? Satisfaction coordinator. Yeah. We need you to get the committee see in Reether's case.
They're trying to hold hands,
Some
ref.
call her a
What is it? Satisfaction coordinator?
my actual
Yeah. Yeah. Development director. There we go. We need to develop a varsity player tomorrow. Hey, I mean, my buddy in Springfield transferred schools, ineligible, had a meeting, became eligible. It's just a matter of like actually doing it.
yes, and they're probably our district. I don't know that. That's
Ball across. Ball into the corner for Jackson. Knocked out of play into a corner kick for the Cougars. I forgot your title already.
sorry, I didn't know.
Development director.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why it's like the spirit of the rule says he should be able to play. It's like someone has to get a meeting in front of the board. The development coordinator is who's taking care of that. All right, goal kick for the Warriors. 3:30 left to play. Mester into the middle of the field. Ben Bandy wins it down. Ball deflected. Matthew plays it over the top. Ramos is there. Bandy steals. Plays Dunaway. Vandewidge plays it all the way into the box, and Rubio is there. Punt back into the middle of the field. Settled by Bennett. Bennett plays the drop to number 23, Smith, who plays it into the box, and Rubio again is there to make the save. Punt in the middle of the field. Reether makes a touchdown to Smathers. Smathers wide to Crumrine. Crumrine can't quite keep it in on the sideline, and it's a throw in for the Warriors. Throw in by Smith. Edson almost able to turn. Ball falls to Dunaway. Plays it to Jackson. Ball deflected by Bennett. Up to Hudson Neal. Ramos able to turn. Wide to Dunaway. Dunaway under the attack. Dunaway recycles. Plays it to Jackson. Spencer Jackson to Jackson Dunaway. That's the Wheel of Fortune puzzle for the night. Over to Crumrine. Crumrine trying to get to the edge. Reether comes to connect. Reether into the box, makes a move. Takes the shot and deflected away by Smith. And a corner kick for... Oh, I thought Smith touched that. No, I guess no touch. It's a goal kick. 1:30 left to play. Warriors restarting with the goal kick. Messner plays it into the middle of the field. Dunaway, nice header forward to Edson into the attack. Makes a touch to Jackson. Spencer Jackson there recycles back to, or tries to recycle it. Dunaway deflected away by Vandewidge, and throw in for the Cougars. Into Edson. Jax Edson's dropped to Ramos. Back to Spencer Jackson. Figures back to Ramos, who find break. Break with space to turn. Plays it into the box, and the keeper, Smith, is there to pick it up. Reese Smith, top spinning ball. Bennett gets a touch on it, deflects up to number 25, Burke. Titus Clevenger takes the step and plays Dunaway in. Dunaway with his left across the goal and still out. Dunaway wants one more and buries it. And the Cougars score their third goal. That may do it for the game on the running clock. And that will do it for the game, as we won't get another kickoff before the clock expires. Nice persistence by Dunaway. Gets that shot with his left. Played in by Clevenger. Cleared away, but Dunaway right there on the follow and puts it in the back of the net. All right, so on the aggregate, the Cougars won for the night, but is that how can we count it that way, Tracy?
What is that, sir?
Can we count it on the aggregate, a victory? So 4-2 on the aggregate.
Yes.
All right, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll send you through the JV recap as we close out the game. And a reminder that we'll upload a higher quality stream, a higher quality version of the video tomorrow morning, or tonight into tomorrow morning, for those of you that want to watch the replay.